Hey everybody, Asher here, and it is Free Play Friday, but also it is Steam Next Fest, and today we're taking a look at IXION, a game that is available as part of the Steam Next Fest, a high-fidelity kind of space colony simulator, story-based, lots of interesting stuff going on here. I've taken a little bit of time to get my toes wet with it, just to see kind of what it's all about, so I won't be rumbling and stumbling through this, but I do want to go ahead and hit the new game button to go ahead and get things started, because there is an introductory sequence that at least gives some pretty good context and gives some nice flavor. So enjoy the nice sweeping scapes here for just a second, and we are going to hit the new game button in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So like I said, this is available as a demo on the Next Fest right now. It is largely a colony builder, but you'll see it has some familiar coats of paint to it depending on what kind of games you played, and some things that I don't know if it's really refreshing, new to me, but we're gonna press the any key to continue. That's an old joke. And we are gonna watch the introductory movie first, just because it's here. So this is a European spaceport in Norway in the distant future of the year 2049. So lots happened.
We have Tycoon clearance for shuttle launch. Initiate Stanford protocol.
Clear procedures, check. Guidance go.
Also, get used to everything having a proper noun.
Check.
Like, for instance, did Batista screw up and that's why it's a safety protocol?
All systems are go.
Launch is imminent. Personnel are instructed to evacuate the launch pad.
Also love that in 2049, the way we get to space is still attaching a smaller thing to a big bunch of chemical explosives to fling it into space. I mean, there's other ways we can do it, but 2049 is not that far into the future, I guess. Alright. Time to reach escape velocity, hopefully.
Sequence complete. EMP channel heading for low Earth orbit. Transferring data to inhabit.
So there goes those. Who knows if they're recoverable or not. Earth looking mighty green down there, though. So remember that for a little later.
Approaching near Tycoon structure.
PPS Tycoon to EMD share. You have clearance for final approach.
So IXION, and there is a big old space station looking thing right there.
You have been assigned to Tycoon Docking Bay. Welcome on board, passengers.
Alright, so this is where we get into the kind of meat and potatoes of the game, where we have our own little world that we have to live in and build in. So we have our... Here we go.
Sharon is now docked.
And Eden is going to talk a lot.
Empowered and pressurized. Munchie decontamination protocol online. Disembarkation authorized. Message to crew members. Welcome on board the Tycoon, property of Dolus Aerospace Engineering Corporation. You will soon be given your assignments, but until then, please continue to wait near the docking bay. We hope you have a productive voyage, and would like to thank you for your contribution towards humanity's future.
Hooray!
Administrator, I am Eden, the personal assistant installed on board the Tycoon. In accordance with the Munchie Protocol, I have been designed to take into consideration your complete psychological profile so that I may more accurately respond to any needs you may have. My primary purpose is to ensure the Tycoon's automated systems function efficiently. I will keep track of the tasks that are necessary for you to fulfill your prerogative of reaching Proxima Centauri and carrying out field research, mining operations, manufacturing protocols, and Dolos colonization tests.
So there's our exposition dump a little bit here. Worth mentioning as well that I was kind of hoping, where is my psychological profile? I'd love to answer some questions, but you can see the layout here already. If you have played, and we can't scroll anything, yeah, we can. If you've played like Space Base or some of the other sort of space station colony management things, you'll be used to like, here is your circular area that you are building in here. So this is the whole ring system generating gravity by rotation. But yeah, we are here in a world where every protocol has a proper noun, and we have to build up from here. We got some people, it looks like, we're just walking around in circles. This is a different layout from the first time I played, so it looks like this is randomly assigned, or that I have a really bad memory.
Administrator, I wanted to introduce you to your first tasks personally.
Oh, there's Batista, the guy that the safety
Dolos
protocol's named after, I guess.
Marduk Council member Giovanni Batista.
Or he's the guy that screwed up and got put into administration.
So, let's see. Your first objective will be to begin setting up essential infrastructure aboard the Tycoon, meeting the environmental conditions that are required to support your crew. Having laid these foundations, you will then oversee the installation of the Vole engine and perform a short test jump to Proxima Centauri.
Proxima.
Upon arrival, your research teams will carry out a brief survey of local space, gather a few rock and coal dust samples, fire up the colonization protocol, begin building the foundations for mankind's future, yada yada yada. And then you'll come back. Now, in order to achieve this, you'll need to familiarize yourself with the Tycoon's core functions. It's no big deal. There's the production, stockpiling and distribution of resources, construction, balancing of power output with allocation. Oh, and space exploration, you know, setting out expeditions and all that. Basically, everything needed to establish scientific advancement and harmonious autonomy on board the Tycoon following the first test of its Vole engine. Eden's gonna display and keep track of your main objectives. Oh,
And that'll be up
Administrator,
on the top
don't let
left.
the position go to your head. Veneer has insisted to center Dolos's focus on the Tycoon, but this mission is just in preparation for our next project, the Protagoras. The Marduk Council worked damn hard to pull this mission together ahead of schedule. So, toe the line, do as you're told, and bring the Tycoon back in one piece. Leave the grand gestures and saving of mankind from ecosystemic destruction to us, okay? One last word of advice. We don't all think like Veneer Dolos. As of yet, no human law has been officially established amongst the stars. That sounds like an opportunity knocking to me.
Okay, so Giovanni, go back to eating your apples or whatever. But now we finally can move. I will say, if we're talking about demo feedback, I kind of hate being stuck for where it's 7 minutes now of gameplay with not being able to move or control the camera. Okay, some of that was FMV. But yeah, just getting talked at. That was one of the things I thought Myers Despair did very well, is that you get talked at, but you could still play. But anyway, we have our stuff here, and we're going to right-click to move around. So we do have people just walking around, but we need to go ahead and build a workshop here. So, like I said, this is, in essence, a builder. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to throw a workshop. We're going to put one down here. We're going to build another one later in another place. And so what these workshops are going to do is let us build, obviously, all kinds of things. But another thing I'm going to do is go ahead and connect some roads together. And let's see. We need to connect the workshop to a road. Did I make the same mistake I made before playing this? I think I did. Which is that you can rotate the buildings and they all have their own little front-facing thing. We need to build a stockpile as well. And that's going to be right here because they try to keep it simple. Push R for spinnies is, I guess, the thing. We'll just put the stockpile right here for now. We want these centrally located, and then There's roads everywhere, because in the distant future, I guess you can't escape roads. We'll see how this goes, because we don't want to, like, take up everything here. And eventually all of these boxes will be, like, replaced, I assume, with other building materials. So I'm going to assume there's a way I can destroy these roads, too. Alright, can we go down there? That was horribly inefficient. Alright, so set the stockpile to alloy. As opposed to alloy, but here we go. We have all different kinds of things here. I assume we can pick more than one. But now we can just, and this took me probably the longest of anything to figure out. It's just clickety, clackety, click, clack to figure out what we have here. So they sent us up with a bunch of boxes for how to build stuff. And it looks like we have another thing here. This has inside it polymer. And this has inside it food. That's pretty important. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and build 2 more things here. Ahead of schedule, as it were. We're going to build another workshop. I guess right there is fine. And then we're going to build another stockpile. And we'll put it up. I guess we can put it down here. Because I'm going to be having to deal with housing in just a minute. And we do want to have food and housing. But let's not get too organized. Okay. So we need to put that there. The whole building road thing takes a little bit of work to figure out, but we do have, now if we get off the sort of building view here, we do have little autonomous robo-drone things here. Oh, we have a bunch of tutorials too. So, blah, blah, blah. I'll let you pause these if you really want to see them. But long story short is that we have all kinds of resources, all kinds of things we need to do. But here's the most exciting part of the game for me. We'll just pause it. Well, no, we won't pause it. We'll let things build for a second. Is that we have all these different views. And if we zoom out, we have our Tycoon view or Tycoon view. But if we zoom out even more, as we are just ignoring that incoming transmission, we have the solar system right now.
I have established a connection with Dolus's lead data scientist, Emma Klein.
Well, we'll accept that call in just a minute. So there's the sun spitting out a bunch of stuff. I mean, obviously, the shadows from planets are not going to be that big, but I love the way that this looks. If there's anything that I'd love to see in the future, if they want to make this even messier, is like all the other space shit that's orbiting, like in Jupiter's other points of its orbit. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. But this is very pretty. But like the moon, there's an abandoned base camp, and summary intelligence collected from the abandoned space camp. The base is out of commission. Auxiliary systems are operational, may be used to restore power. We have Mars here as well, where the UN has established a facility on Mars. So humans have already colonized other places, while Earth is apparently on the verge of collapse. And we also have the Vole engine. We'll hear about that in just a minute. Saturn. Summary of the intelligence concerning reports. A signature resembling that of a EKP propulsion has been detected. EKP propulsion technology is the exclusive property of Dolos, yet records indicate the company has not deployed any missions here. Ha!
Dolos has made it abundantly clear when it comes to security. Given the importance of the Tycoon, we must have full control over what is happening inside the station.
I said I didn't want any calls coming in yet.
Dolos' lead data scientist and member of the Marduk Council. My department
here we are.
has just completed final synchronization between Eden and our data treatment tool, the DLS. The DLS, or Data Listening System, is capable of scanning, recording, and parsing exchanges of any kind. The DLS programming that is a part of Eden will filter all data collected and bring to your attention only the most relevant information. It will also provide you with a condensed overview of any situations that may arise and formulate potential future outcomes. It will permit you to give direct orders without having to go through additional unnecessary paperwork.
We're just gonna let her
Eden
talk
will
while I
then
build.
Take care of everything via their DLS accreditation. As is often the case with tools produced by my department, I think you'll find that once you start using the DLS, you'll never be able to do without it. Oh, and before I let you go ahead and start writing history, Dr. Munchie, our lead medical expert, wanted me to bring to your attention a possible side effect of Vole jumping.
Vole jumping.
There's a correlation between prolonged space travel and the development of early onset dementia. He believes that a Vole jump has the potential to accelerate this process, although this is yet to be proven. His recommendation is for you to immediately send any crew members that are exhibiting uncharacteristic or symptomatic behavior to an infirmary. as
We
these
can build
facilities
that
are equipped to treat the mind as well as the
infirmary.
body. Remember that all of your actions and choices are being reported by Eden. We are not affiliated with any national or even international organization. The only people that you are answerable to are those of us who sit on the Marduk Council, who represent the collective interests and ambitions of the company.
So I just built that. We're going to build a refractory as well. This prepares 10 food for up to 100 crew members every 0.5 cycles. One food does equal, like, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot. So we'll put, I guess this is fine to have one of the food places here. I'm going to go ahead and build 2, because why build 1 when you can build 2 for twice the price? But sector stability is happy. Each of these housing units only houses 15 people. So we have 85 people here. It looks like I might have overbuilt. And we do have events here, because that happens in this game as well. Communal dining. Tycoon crew members currently have no means of collecting food supplies from storage. A food crisis, whatever. The refractories can be used for both ration and distribute food provisions. A commitment to providing food for the crew would reaffirm you as a competent administrator. Oh, I am already building some refineries, so you know what we're going to do. We're going to make this high priority construction if this wouldn't just constantly move. And we're going to make this high priority construction. So I guess the food actually needs to be distributed to the refactories. Call it refactory, that's fun. So we have a docking bay as well. We don't need to build another one of those because we already have a docking bay here. But one thing that's very important is that we have, in this discussion here, some different things to build. Like I want to build a science ship to do everything here. We're going to actually go ahead and build all 3 of these, which means that we need to get supplies from this thing here. So looks like we can only store 1 resource for small stockpile. So let's build a 3rd stockpile. This stockpile will go right over here. And this is going to have, well, everything's high priority construction. So we don't have enough for, we have all of our people sitting in here for crew. So our crew's housed. We have plenty of trust here. 0 reaches mutiny, so that's very exciting. I guess these are all in construction. So that's fun. And you're already full of food. So there you go. Feed 200 crew members with a refectory. So there's this thing. So what is it? 1 required to feed 10 crew. 8 required to feed all crew members. We have another incoming transmission. Might as well let it go through.
I have an incoming transmission from Marduk Council member Henry Bargeville.
Are we sure it's not pronounced Henry?
Bonjour, Administrator.
Ah, it is Henry!
What a wonderful day to embrace your fate, don't you think? I am Henri Bargeville, writer, philosopher, lobbyist, but most of all member of the Marduk Council. I have taken the liberty of personally arranging an exchange out of courtesy with the Oceanabe, a ship in high orbit belonging to one of our commercial allies, the Ashtangites. Even though they are a small organization, the Ashtangites are important partners who share the same pragmatic, moralistic, and spiritual outlook as we do. The Oceanabe will provide us with a source of food whilst carrying out the Tycoon's initial testing. By making it the first exclusive trade partner of the Tycoon, we will demonstrate to our long-term allies that Dolos wishes for them to share in our successes. Please assign a cargo ship so that we can check the trade routines. Administrator, trust in genetic connectors. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern.
Alright. So new objective, space exploration, which comes from this thing here. Construct a cargo ship, which means we need to have this being built. I also went ahead and built a tech lab. Tech labs take quite a bit of power, and they need some people, but we're going to need that to do some other stuff. So our housing situation's fine. Let's go ahead and speed up time a little bit. We are on cycle 24. We need to get this shit moving. So we have plenty of food available, plenty of food being made. We have 40, 152, 20. you are going to use polymers. And those polymers, once they get transported, are going to move over here. Now, I will say again that if you're playing this and you don't have that many drones, as far as I can tell, building more workshops allows for building more mechs, I think. So, did I build one or two, or am I just being more efficient now? Maybe not. We have another tutorial here. Camera controls. I don't know. Okay. I think we're okay. Space interactions. Science ships collect science points through events, and losing a ship member will make resolution events slower. So we don't want to do that either. All right. So we actually need to select the polymers to collect. That's on me. And can I prioritize getting this supply done out of the way? Because right now we do have this building, and now we have something actually building here. It's a mining ship. Maybe we can mine another planet here. Like if we look out here, we have so many other planets we can mine. Mercury doesn't have anything here, but like Mars, everything else. We build a cargo ship. We have 100 food here at this supply depot, so that's exciting. We need a science ship out at Saturn. We have a science ship out in Saturn. Let's go do the moon thing first. We have a
Power supply overloaded.
uh-oh. Alright, let's go back in here. How do we generate more power? Well, here's our research thing. Now, we're officially farther than where I was before, but it looks like these rings, we already have some of them, the ones with the check marks. So we have tech lab, tech lab. Looks like we can possibly build solar panels. 6 upgrades unlocked, so let's listen to this transmission. Possibly. Or is it not going to let me? Is it because we're paused? Oh, turn back on. Did I just, like, break everything? This is really weird. Huh. So we were out here in space. We ran out of power. I guess if there's something we don't need right now, it might be like... We need all the storage stuff. Maybe we don't need one of the refactories right now. So... I am very confused. Tutorial, harvesting. How about tutorial, how to turn the power back on? Because right now we're stuck. Time's not even moving. And if we quit here, we just quit. So this is bizarre. 3.3, 0.2, 0.1. There we go.
Due to insufficient levels of electricity generation, Sector 1's power demand has overloaded.
Yay.
Standard routines recommend that you construct an external solar panel to boost overall electrical output.
Well, that seems just fine. External construction. Alright, so if we go over to this place, multiple EVA airlocks will speed up exterior activities. So, we were here. Well, we have space exploration. We need to build solar panels, but for some reason, it's not letting me select some of these things. So that's weird. Well, let's start with what we know we can do. Let's go out here deep into space. We're waiting for a science ship. Configure a cargo ship. So I imagine what that's going to do. And see, this is where I wanted to avoid a lot of the, what do I do here? Alright, so we have... We have you, we have Gojoa. We have this thing here. No vehicle is currently docked. Well, I'd like to change that. And we definitely don't need to build another one of these. So... Okay, your fleet is semi-automated, needs to function. You can order cargo ships. Okay, you'll need a fleet. The fleet is composed of cargo ships to transport resources. Fleet is semi-automated. You can use cargo ships to receive up to this and order mining ships to drill one thing at a time. But the question is, how do we get here? Alright, let's try some of the other buttons. Fleet management. Probably a good thing. Alright, raw resources. Raw resources. There we go. So let's go ahead and do... We'll go ahead and do that for now. Now the cargo ships, let's go ahead and get some food. So that's a big 0 right now. And then science ship. Oh, it's a priority system. Okay. So max, medium, minimum, I guess. Alright. So we don't have to worry about that just yet. Although we do have... Oh, it's locked... Oh, those are... The whole research tree thing's locked for the demo. That's fun. Alright. At least the exterior ones. So let's go back to our space view real quick. See, it's fun to have to figure things out and be like, oh, what am I doing here? We have a science ship. We literally have one. There we go. So let's put you... well... You know what? I sent you to the wrong place. But fortunately, this is not like other games where you, what is it? Remnants of the Precursors or Master of Orion, where you have to unlock late technology to be able to turn around here, so...
Science ship has arrived at destination.
If you name your science ship Abyss, that's probably your own fault. So... Summary of intelligence here. The base is out of commission. We have reached the UN base and using the provided coordinates. An abandoned and depressurized but video surveillance system still functions, so we can exploit the security vulnerability or dismantle the camp. Hacking the surveillance systems, the Abyss team will find a way to access core systems and retrieve confidential scientific data. Well, I want to do that. I don't care about metals right now. So that seems exciting. And it's going to take a little bit of time because we're early in the game here.
The science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, we hacked. Hooray. Let's see here. As you ordered and found several relevant research papers and data sets. So we got 40. Resume data listening protocol. So... Oh, we can actually dismantle the camp. So I was hoping to be like, hey, let's find out what happened and why this base is abandoned. But I guess there's probably plenty of reasons why it's abandoned. So we don't need to be going super fast here. Why can we not actually... The next question I have is, if we're out here and we're in the build mode, I should be able to hit this exterior construction button. But we're going to see here, because maybe it wants me to resolve the moon ship first. Alright. Alright, although much of the equipment was damaged, we get even more science. So there we go. Now let's try this. And we have even more supplies. Alright, we have all science from the moon here.
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission from Dolus's head of medicine, Dr. Abhinav Munshi.
Munchie, go for it.
Greetings, Administrator. I'm Dr. Abhinav Munshi, Dolo's expert in compartmentalism and medicine, and a member of the Marduk Council. I'm glad to finally meet you, even in this digital manner. Your psychological test results were quite impressive. My friend and colleague, Philip Stanford, couldn't be here today, so I will take the role of introducing you to the final stages of the Vole engine integration. Before we get into that, however, we would like you to
Sorry. External construction. See, here we go.
complete the testing station's exploration and enhancement capabilities. You'll then be able to begin researching the EVA airlock and assess its compatibility with the Tycoon's core systems. I hope that the work of our team will ensure that you're equipped to deal with most situations you encounter up there. Before I leave you, Stanford would like me to remind you that space is a far less fanciful and forgiving environment than science fiction would have us believe. It would be wise to remember that.
Well, thank you. Science fiction makes space being to sound really terrible anyway. So, we actually did need to research the EVA airlock, which means that I did things out of order. That's totally fine. So we're getting a little bit of research in here. We have a probe launcher that we can also research. Apparently we can't queue research. We can only research one thing at a time. That's something that'll take some getting used to. But everybody trust us. We're at the opposite of having a mutiny, so that's fun. You're full of metals. We actually can't really build much more right now because we need more power. So research the EVA airlock. That makes sense that we can't actually build outside because we can't get outside. I saw some little doors and stuff on the side, but it looks like that was just like doors to the other sections. So now we'll research probe launcher because we're here. And then structure. Wow, that's really big. Okay, road in the selected construction area. Well, let's delete some buildings. I can't delete those. Fun. Can we delete some roads? Do I have to individually click on all these? Alright, let's try the building again. Apparently, I cannot just delete buildings. Fun! I guess those are technically resource stockpiles. Would be nice to be able to, like, select what I want to do here, but... Alright, anyway, we're here. Structure, EVA airlock. Still can't build it there. Still actually can't build any of this, so that's exciting. So we don't... And this is funny, just from the layout here. Like, other than where the science station is... And we can't really move it now. This is where the game wants it to be. So I guess what we do is... we can build one more stockpile. And we're going to make this a metal stockpile. And if we can't actually delete this building, I guess technically we can try to delete our tech lab, which will free up some power. And just build it somewhere else. Because Lord knows if, assuming this EVA airlock takes power, we are not going to have the necessary electricity to build it. So that's fun. So maybe we do delete the tech lab here in just a second. Because the last thing we want is the power to go out again. Alright, so here goes all the things. Make more metals. So yeah, once that research done, tech lab is done. Unfortunately, it does look like we are not going to be able to delete the correct building. So that's weird. Like, I'd love to be able to select or like prioritize which things are we going to salvage first. And I do not see that option here. Alright. So, tech lab. Are you still... Well, we researched a probe launcher. Oh, it's just building... It's just generating science now. Fuck that. Delete. Okay, once again... It's in the process of being destroyed. Like, I love that it's for all the technology, all the exciting, important things that we have. that now we're stuck here. And I'm just sitting here for a while. I'm not exactly sure what I need to do, who I need to pay off to get this destroyed, because right now we have people really moving around shit. Alright, well, while that's not happening, like, I'm gonna try the delete building thing one more time. Okay, now that building got deleted, so it looks like it's gonna happen eventually. Alright, let's see what's up here real quick. So, Saturn. Oh, I didn't even do Mars. Whoops. Okay. And we do have Uranus up here. What's up with Pluto? Like, we have something that supposedly wants to be the Oort cloud up here. We'll have to see what that's all about. And our fleets are trying to do the good things here. So we have unlimited, like, food supplies. You're still not deleted.
Science ship has arrived at destination.
Alright. Let's see what this is all about. So, signature. That shouldn't be happening. The signature will soon enter the atmosphere, so we can attempt to locate the debris or EVA and locate this stuff here. We're going to try to find out at least what's going on a little bit. So, once again, I would love a warning that says you can't build out here because you don't have the airlock, but apparently I triggered that early. And apparently this is never, ever going to get unbuilt. Alright, well, I'm going to brute force it then. We're just going to keep building stockpiles. This is inefficient as hell. But I guess I have... Oh, there we go. Finally, it's getting melted down.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Alright. Alright. A prototype rocket sent by the EM seems to have a variation of the EKP propulsion. We have stripped it down and recovered informational schematics and resources. So apparently the UN is doing its own thing. Well, that's fun. Alright, so now we get even more research. Let's go back to Mars. Alright. You're not destroyed yet. It's like you were in the process of getting destroyed. Maybe it's just because I didn't have enough place to store the metals and stuff here. So we have a half-melted science research station. Now that's a problem because we're just going to run out of places to put all this stuff again. Unless we can actually delete this building, which is what I want to do the whole time. Okay, pause here. We're going to have to undelete you in a second. Alright. Structure, EVA airlock. Which is going to take up a lot of power. So if we unpower some of this stuff, that'll be fine. Alright. And resume. And just build a little bit more roads here too. So while this is melting upwards, and this building's still in the process of being destroyed, so now it's like, I'm useless! Alright, so you're being built. That's going to take some time. Let's see what's up at Mars. They have submitted the official request to Dolos for old. There's that aid. That should be aid. Okay, so we can repair the oxygen supply in exchange for research data. We can repair for resources. Or refuse to help. Well, that's a problem. Let's assign you. Yes, alright. So see, we can We can help the Mars colony. Okay, overlook apparently. Workplace safety. Did I get some workplace injuries at some point? Hey, starving population in the sector. Why do we not have food? Is that because I turned off the power to the wrong thing? Well, hopefully the power doesn't go bad. Alright. My bad, guys. Nothing personal. So, external construction. Why couldn't we do this before? Solar panel. Solar panel. Set 1. Small or medium. We need 70 and 70, which we don't have, so... Then we have all these other things. Require small one. We could try to build a medium. But, apparently, not like that. Oh, tutorial. Injuries. We did just see that. And then people need to go to the infirmary, right? Or reducing risk with other stuff. Cool. So that's being built. And then we have some more resources. And now we should have quite a bit of power. There we go. So this is still in the process of being destroyed. That's funny and awkward. So we've destroyed the stones to have to rebuild the stones. People still trust us despite the fact that we're starving. It's weird. Like I said, I always wonder sometimes how much of this is just because I'm screwing up. And how much of this is stuff that could be figured out a little bit better from the game. But you can see we've gotten rid of all the alloys that we have on here. Construct the Vole engine via the construction panel. Oh, I'm scared. Exterior view. We need 100 alloys for that. Alright. So I wonder if this is close to the end of the demo. Feels like it is. Don't know why that bar's not filling up. Oh, that's because we're getting up here. But there we go. Can we actually rotate? Oh, we can. Nice. Incoming transmission.
Administrator, the different phases of preparation, calibration, and verification were successfully completed. You must now start the Vole bonding procedure. Dolos protocols now deem you competent to gather resources, knowledge, and test colonization routines once you reach Proxima Centauri. Before you do so, Vanir Dolos, Marduk Council founder and Dolos CEO, wants to talk to you.
Oh boy.
Hello, Administrator. I'm glad to see that you have managed to complete your assignments in preparation for this unique moment in history. You must understand that this is not simply another chapter in humanity's story. The book of our life on Earth is over, and we stand now at its epilogue. It saddens me to think that there are many who have yet to comprehend the reality of our situation. We've endured endless cycles of war, crisis, and famine. Still, the worst is yet to come. There are others like Dolos who have prepared for this outcome, but most of our kind remain sheltered from the horror of the predicament we find ourselves in. This pale ghost of civilization will wither and die, and with it, the tenets and values of the past. As we prepare
What an uplifting
to lead
message.
this system for the first time, perhaps we must decide which fragments we will pick up and take forward with us. Through Dolos, I am offering mankind an alternative means of survival. The Tycoon is a tablet upon which we will carve our new history. Do you recognize why I have done all of this? Having foreseen our fate, I became fixated on altering it. I set about fashioning the ropes and tying the knots that would bind together this magnificent ship. It is true that our time in this world is brief, but at least I can rest assured knowing that my legacy will endure for eons. Farewell, Administrator. For the few who stand in the light, and the many who dwell in the dark, you carry the fate of us all.
Cool, I guess. By the way, you did this? I thought it was a team effort. Okay, move to Tycoon into orbit around the moon. I guess we need to do it like this. Alright. Do-do-do-do-do. So there's the moon. The moon is actually really far away, guys. And we are using up a lot of power. Because I assume that's EKP. It requires routing all power. If a blackout occurs, it will resolve itself automatically when arriving at the destination. I have a feeling we're about to black out. So... Ooh, look at this. There's the moon. Sup, moon? Can we see the dark side of the moon? Alright. So we're here. I imagine we have a stable orbit. Everything's so quiet now. I hope we've recalled all of our science ships and stuff. Let's probably make sure that we, not send it... I don't want to send it to the moon. I want to send it back to dock. Okay, initiate the Vole jump via the planetary system map. Alright, space travel. Alright, start Vole jump. In order for the Vole engine requires a charging for a period of time. Alright.
Administrator, because of your continued successful management of the Tycoon, Dolos have authorized the dispatch of new crew members and food supplies. Please ensure that they have suitable accommodation once you reach Proxima Centauri.
So they wanted to send me more what? Okay, anyway, we've already initiated our Vole engine, so that's fun. Doesn't look like anything outside, but I guess technically it shouldn't.
Vole engine ready.
Okay. Well, let's jump. Yay. Alright. So, I guess... we are warping the fabric of space-time to travel faster than light and turning ourselves into rays of information or something. I mean, if we're trying to go to Proxima Centauri, that's really far away. So there we go. Like, there's lots of different theoretical solutions for how to travel beyond space-time. I think for this game, they've just chosen the pretty one. Alright. And... applesauce.
The Earth, our home, she is unique. Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution. Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater. We have learnt, persevered, shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the Earth.
Whoops.
Polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this. We know the taste of a dying world. But the Earth is not to be our grave. A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children, to carry on. Dolos carries this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation, hand in hand with those who, like us, carry that courage. The Tycoon station is both an epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our council of scientists leads the vanguard. They know as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters of our own destiny. That we must go as a species bound together, pushing further into the unknown. We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found, horizons to explore, and because our very existence depends on it. I give you the stars. I give you the Vole engine.
Well, you know, maybe this will end up like another game I played in Steam Next Fest, where when we're flying away, the ship breaks in half, and then we have to patch it together. Uh-oh. Did we explode the moon? Well, maybe we didn't need to go right by the moon to make it work. So we just killed the rest of the planet. Fun! Good job, guys. Go team. So, Vole jump complete. Congratulations, Administrator, on the first successful test of the Vole engine. The morale of the Tycoon crew is as high as they prepare for the next step in their journey. So, I figured that was the end of the demo. And, of course, they have to leave it on a cliffhanger here. So, yeah, I guess there's no going back after all. Thanks for watching. This is Asher. Like I said, this demo is available on Steam, obviously, because it's Steam Next Fest. It's IXION, and while there are some, obviously, UI things and stuff like that that I think probably still need some polishing, it's a good foundation for sure. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts in the comments. We'll do this again soon. You all take care.